The first time that I applied, I think I was kind of rushed. I had taken the MCAT. My scores were expiring because they last for 3 years, so I studied for the MCAT, I think, my junior year of undergrad, and I had been 2 years into my master's degree, but at that point my scores were expiring, and I knew I wanted to go to medical school, and so I figured, what have I got to lose? I might as well apply right now. I have my master's degree, I've finished undergrad, and I know I want to do this, I might as well apply. And I think I just wasn't prepared fully. So having the attitude of why not really isn't the best way to go about it. So while I was sure about it, I think I wasn't really ready to apply. And there are a few other kind of technical things that I think set me at a disadvantage, and that included submitting my application very late in the cycle. I submitted my primary application, I think, at the end of August, and that is something that I would have gone back and changed if I could do that part over again. A few of the courses that I took while I was in graduate school happened to kind of qualify for some of the prerequisite courses for medical school, but I didn't find that I necessarily had to take those courses in order to improve my GPA or anything. I think my experiences really kind of spoke to my interest in medical school, so while I may not have been the strongest student in undergrad, I think my interests in public health and medicine and my experiences kind of overshadowed any other GPA kind of missteps that may have happened. The other aspect, I think, that improved my application the second time around was having more work experience and more clinical experience. I think that really not only solidified my interests, which helped communicate in my personal statement that I really want to do this, but also just having more time and being more ready and prepared. I also retook the MCAT, so I think that my improved score definitely helped as well.
It took me 2 tries to get into medical school, and I got into just one medical school, and I'm really happy about that because they say you only need to get into one. I think the second time what I did right was I got more clinical experience as a volunteer. And it isn't that much, but it certainly gives you a little bit of that extra edge. It sort of proves that you really want to do this. I did also have those extra classes I was talking to you about that I took after work. So I took an extra, I took immunology, and then I took endocrinology just as an undergrad credit. And it wasn't like a post-bac program or anything, but it was just kind of to show like, hey, look, I can handle schoolwork and I can work at the same time. So clearly, like, I can handle medical school. And I think also I changed the strategy of which schools I would be applying to, because in the beginning I was only considering schools that were within a 50-mile radius of where I lived, and also schools in New York. At that time I was living in New York, but the second time I also considered schools in Pennsylvania and schools in New Jersey, and I just cast a wider net, and I also applied to some osteopathic programs too. So I just decided, like, hey, I want to be a doctor, so whatever way gets me there, I'll get there.